guys, thank you so much for joining me on this amazing Monday morning for my YouTube live. Today's topic that I want to talk about, you guys, and touch and talk about is don't wait for them to change. Do not wait for them to change. This video was inspired. I watched two videos recently, and it just came up on my feed, and it was just basically talking, really in depth, talking about how like a lot of people wait around for other people in their lives to change and fix up and treat you better. When at the end of the day, this is how I look at it. I'm like, at the end of the day, you allow people to treat you how you treat yourself, right? And what you accept and what you allow. So if you are allowing somebody inside of your life to disrespect you, to talk to you like you're a piece of shit, like your opinion doesn't matter, right? That you're not worth it, that you don't have value in what you say or do, right? You're not appreciated. Like, you need to see those things in yourself and be like, shit, like if this person's treating me like this, like what the fuck? Like, what am I doing to show them that I deserve to be treated this way? So look at yourself and say, at the end of the day, why am I allowing this, right? Why am I allowing this person to treat me like this, right? At the end of the day, we always hope for the best. We hope for the best for people. And we always try to make excuses for that person and saying, yeah, that person's going to come around. That person's going to, they're just having a hard day. Because we're so sweet, because we're so nice, and we always want to see the best in people, we're going to come up with excuses to say why that person's acting like that, or they're having a bad day, or they're not always like that, right? When majority of the time, if you reflect back, that person is always like that. And then again, what I talk about in my other videos, that person just has deeper issues within inside them that's now reflecting back out onto you. You are legit. When you allow people to treat you a certain way, you start becoming their punching bag. So when that deeper issue that they have within inside of them pops up out of nowhere off of a trigger, they're now going to take that out on you because you start becoming the punching bag. And then you start asking, oh, what did I do wrong? Like, why is this person treating me like this? Why are they acting like this? Just they snap at like the littlest thing. Like, I don't get it. And then you start acting like thinking that you're crazy, right? But realistically, it has to do with what you allow, but it also has to do with, again, that person just has deeper issues inside of them that now they are just taking out on you, and then you're allowing them to do so, right? Because again, you got to look at what you got to look inside of you and what you allow, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's your fault that you deserve someone to treat you like that. But when you keep becoming that punching bag, then it turns around that you're the one that's allowing it, right? It's actually your fault, because at the end of the day, you're sitting back and you're allowing that person to treat you that way. So you're showing him, hey, or her, no matter what, it's okay. I'm here. It is what it is. Like, you come up with excuses for them to make it seem like it's okay what they're doing, even though you know deep down inside it's wrong, right? And that's where I always say, you guys, when someone is not treating you how you deserve to be treated, you need to take a step back and say, hold up. I'm not going to allow this person to treat me that way, right? So you need to love yourself so much that you be like, nah, you're going to level up and say, nah, you can't treat me like that. I understand that you're mad. I understand you're going through some stuff or whatever the case may be, but no, you have no right to talk to me like that. And you have no right to treat me like that. So when you start leveling up, you start thinking to yourself, okay, I'm showing this person that, I leveled up. And they're going to see that they can't treat me like that. But yet they still do the same shit, and they still come around and they still treat you like shit. They still talk to you disrespectful. They lie behind your back. They do all this shit, right? That they've been used to doing. And you're there and you're trying your hardest to fix it, to fix the situation, to work it out with them, to see how you can help them, to see what they're doing is wrong. Listen, at the end of the day, you can't change people. You can't change people. All you could do is change you. All you can do is work on you. All you can do is level up for you. But you can't sit there and think that you're going to change that other person. That's not your job. You're not their mom. You're not their dad. You're not their creator. So what makes you think that you have it inside of you to change that person? What if that person doesn't want to change? What if that person's just comfortable? And I can make a perfect example, you guys. Like, I had situations like that, whether it be, and I'm not just talking about, a lot of things that I talk about, you guys, doesn't have to necessarily mean a relationship. It could be a friendship. You have that friend that's your ride or die. You think like, oh man, like this is my friend for life, and that friend lies to you. That friend disrespects you and makes you feel like shit sometimes. But at the end of the day, you're still being with that friend because you knew them for so long. You want to stay loyal to them, right? And then you have faith in them that they're going to change because you know them for so long, right? There's something that I heard in a video that resonated with me so much. It's just like, loyalty has an expiration date. Listen to this again. Loyalty has an expiration date. What does that mean? Have you ever liked somebody so much? And it's like, this can resonate with high school teenagers too. We have that high school crush. We have that high school love, or even adults now. We have this person where, oh my God, I love this person so much. Like I'll do anything for them. Like, oh my God, like you're so infatuated with them. You're so in love with them. And then at the end of the day, what if something happens? 2-3 years down the line, you see that person on the street and you're like, whoa, what was I thinking? Like, oh my God, like, why was I so infatuated over that guy or girl? Like, what was going through my head? They ain't even that cute. Like, they didn't even have nothing for going for themselves. Like, you're just like, what was I thinking? I'm on a whole different level than them. Like, you just look back and you're just like, whoa. Or even a friend, you look back and you're just like, whoa, like what did I gain from that friendship? I gained nothing. Like nothing. That person was just there. Didn't help me level up in life, didn't motivate me, didn't do nothing. She or he wasn't even a good friend, right? So you look back and you're just like, what, like, again. So you, at that moment in time when you were friends with that person or you were in that relationship with that person, they were your everything. You had loyalty to the death of them, right? That you do anything for them. They call you, you go running. They want you to do something, you're there for them. You're their ride or die friend, or your ride or die boyfriend or girlfriend. And then a couple years, something happens, you guys fall out. The loyalty is not ever there no more, right? That person can drop you like this and act like you never existed, right? So loyalty has an expiration date. Remember that. So if you're in a situation right now and you're in a relationship and you're just like, yeah, but I've been with this guy or girl for so long. Like, like I want to stay loyal to the relationship. Like I want to make it work because that ain't got shit to do with it. Cause at the end of the day, that you can, like, I was one of them. You wanted that person to grow and be the better version of themselves so freaking badly. And they didn't want it at the time, right? And you invested so much time, so much energy, motivating them, talking with them, showing them how, they should treat a woman or showing them, how a man should treat a woman, like vice versa, whatever the case may be. And then no matter how much you try to help them, to show them how they should be treating you because you want to reciprocate the same thing. Next thing you know, you did all that work, you put all that energy in, you invested 5-10 years, like I invested 15, and then do exactly what you wanted them to do for someone else, for somebody else. Somebody comes in and sweeps up all your hard work that you put all your time, all your energy, everything into, right? So I say this, you guys, if there's somebody inside of your life right now and you're putting in so much time, so much energy into that person, and you see that they're showing you ways that they ain't gonna change, you need to walk away. You need to pick yourself up and you need to walk away. And at the end of the day, this is how I look at it. if that person's meant to be in your life, they'll come back around, and they'll come back around when they're leveled up, and they're on a better mind, they're in a better mindset place. Like, they come to you so correct, and maybe it's meant to be, and you guys will realign back with each other, right? But it's not your job to sit there and try to fix them for all their baggages and all that shit that they have dig deep inside of them. That's not your job to fix them. It's not your job. So what you need to do is you need to take a fall back. You need to work on yourself and level up yourself, and then let them level up on themselves too. And if it's meant to be, you guys will come back together. Listen, I know it's freaking hard, especially when you know somebody for so long. Especially, like, there's a lot of people out there that have friends that they grew up with, childhood friends, right? But at the end of the day, that friend is so freaking toxic to your life. They don't do nothing to level up your life. They're you bring an idea to them, you're having a conversation with them, you're talking with them, you're just like, oh man, I want to do this, I want to do that. They're just like, yeah, but isn't that too hard? Or yeah, do you think you have the money for that? Or yeah, is that worth it? And they start putting you down in ways that you're not even looking like they're putting you down. That's not a friend. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like that friend just wants to keep you on a certain level, because at the end of the day, they don't see themselves leveling up for themselves, right? So those type of friends, no matter how long you've known them, if you want to level up in your life, you're going to have to turn around and say, at the end of the day, I got to keep this friend at a certain level now, right? To get to where I need to get to, because I know my value. I know the gifts that I have with inside of me, right? But if you keep that same type of energy, any low energy around you, you think you're gonna level up? You think you're gonna get on some different vibes and get closer to becoming better in your life if you're keeping around that low vibration around you? Hell no, hell no, hell no. So you gotta come to realize at the end of the day, you can't fix people. If they don't see goals and dreams within inside of themselves, then shit, well, who are they to come, rain on your thunder? You need to keep pushing forward and stop thinking about them. Right? So that's an example about a friendship. And when it comes to your relationship, you got to know if that person is toxic and you see they have the same pattern, that they're treating you like shit every freaking day, right? Or not even every freaking day. You see them belittling you every time you come up with a conversation that you're trying to show them that you're trying to level up, or you guys get into argument and they call you a bitch. They call you the most, disrespectful names out there, or they're physically beating you up. And we always say to ourselves, oh, we're going to give them another chance. We're going to give them another chance. Where does that go? Where does that go? You guys look at so many people's stories, right? That they, like, again, use my story as an example. I wasted 15, not wasted, because I learned a lot from that person. And I guarantee that person learned a lot from me too. But 15 years thinking that I can change that person, thinking that if I just love them more, if I just treat them good, or whatever the case may be, like, they'll change, they'll want to change. Or if they see that I'm telling them that they're disrespecting me, and that's the only reason why we're not fully back together yet, and they don't want to change, what can you do, right? There's always somebody, know this, there's always somebody else around the corner that's going to tolerate their bullshit. Always somebody else around the corner. And I'm sorry, I don't want to say it like this, but when it comes to men and women, there's always another woman out there that's going to tolerate that next man's bullshit. Always. And like, it's, in my eyes, I'm calling it out. I'm sorry. But I look at it as that it's so easier for men to pick up and find another relationship than a woman, because she has so much emotions and attachments to that breakup that she had. Like, I find that's just my personal opinion, right? So at the end of the day, just know, ladies, like, there's gonna be somebody else that's gonna tolerate that bullshit, and it's either that person's gonna want to change for you or they're not. And if you're in it for about 5 years or 2 years or 3 years, and you're seeing that person not changing, what the fuck? Sorry for my language, but do you want to invest another 5 years dealing with, like, it's like Steve Harvey says, dealing with his monkey ass? Do you really want to waste another 5 years dealing with his monkey ass, or her monkey ass? Like, no, you don't want to waste another 5, 4, 3 years into that person. That at the end of the day, that you're trying to change. You're trying to help them to see your value. Listen, if you're trying so hard to help other people see your value, you don't see your value. Look yourself in the mirror and say, am I really seeing my value? Because if you're trying so hard for someone else to see it, how are you seeing it? Because that person is not seeing it. And that means that you are reflecting out something that they're not seeing, right? So shit, that's like something you gotta take a step aside and look again inward and say, you know what? I need to work on me. I need time away from this. Like, this ain't working for me. Because you need to love yourself so much that you're not gonna allow that shit, right? You're not gonna tolerate that shit. You're not gonna allow it. You're not gonna continue to let it keep going over and over and over again, spending another day, another week, another month, another year, right? Allowing somebody's toxic energy to keep bringing you down in life. Because a lot of the times, honestly, like, through my experiences, when you're in a toxic relationship, it's hard to think. It's hard to think. It's hard to do anything. At some points, you don't even want to go to work. Or at some points you're in front of a client and you feel like so badly to reschedule that appointment because your mindset's not mentally there. It's so corrupted thinking about the argument or thinking about that person being mad at you, right? And then your mind is just all over the place. There's some people don't want to get up out of bed. Some people don't want to work out. Some people are not, they don't eat when they get into those argument with that person. And you're just deteriorating your freaking body for that person that you see is not changing and is just toxic. So is it really worth it? I came to realize through my breakup too, is just at the end of the day, there's women, men that literally they have heart attacks or they have heartburn or they again they don't eat, so they're having migraines. Like, all that shit is deteriorating your health. Think about it that way. If you're with somebody so toxic around you, whether it be a friendship, whether it be a relationship, and you know that they're not changing in any sort of way, they're negative, they treat you like shit, they make you feel like freaking shit, they're deteriorating your health. Is it really worth it? Right? Is it really worth it to be around that toxic environment to deteriorate your health? Right? At the end of the day, like, if that person decides to pick up and wants to level up, when they want to level up, but they just don't want to do it with you no more, what the hell are you going to do? You're going to be there, like, allowing your health to deteriorate even more and more and more and more and more. Because especially when they decide to walk away from you, when they decide to pick somebody else that they rather invest their time and their energy with, what are you going to do? How, like, a lot of times, like, that's the hardest thing. When you invested so much time, so much energy into that toxic person to show them how they should treat a woman or how they should treat a man, or an energy and time that you put inside of them, which is time is something you can never ever get back. And now they fix up and they act like that towards somebody else, right? That's the hardest freaking pill to swallow. So at the end of the day, when you start putting this idea inside of your head that you can't change people, and that at the end of the day, that person, no matter how much you try to talk with them, plead with them, cry to them, if they do not see your worth and they don't see you treating yourself that way, they are not going to treat you that way. Right? And they're going to end up and they're going to go find somebody else that they can't pull that bullshit with. Right? That that other person ain't going to tolerate that shit. And they're going to know how to level up with that next person. Right? So you need to level up for yourself right here, right now, right? To start showing that person how to level up and treat you. And hell yeah, they're going to say, oh, you're changing. You're not the same person, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I ain't the same person. And I ain't supposed to be the same person. You're supposed to always be leveling up for yourself in life. You're supposed to always be evolving. You're supposed to always be learning and growing and becoming a better version of yourself. Don't let nobody in life keep you stagnant. That's the problem a lot, is that we become too comfortable with the people around us, and then we become stagnant like how they are, right? No, 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 no. Understand that you're supposed to always be learning, growing, becoming a better version of yourself, and leveling up to live your best life. You deserve it. We all deserve it. If you're waking up and seeing another day today, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. So you need to see that reason and that light within inside of yourself. Oh man, I woke up to see another day. Man, shit. There's something more inside of me that deserves more than being in this toxic environment, whether it be with a friend or in a relationship, right? You need to level up so much and see if that person's going to level up with you, not force them to level up, not force them to treat you like how you want to be treated. Start treating your damn self like that. Start leveling up for yourself, and they're gonna come correct after. And if they don't come correct and they start belittling you, making you feel like shit because you're leveling up, then at the end of the day, there's the door. They gotta walk out. Because at the end of the day, that's just you showing self-love to yourself and showing them that, hey, I'm not gonna keep barking like blah 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 to keep saying to you, you need to treat me this way, you need to treat me this way. No, 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 no. I'm gonna start showing you. I'm gonna start showing you how you need to treat me. I'm gonna zip my mouth. I'm gonna start treating myself that way, and I'm gonna start showing you how you need to treat me. And if you can't treat me that way, then at the end of the day, you know that person was never willing to treat you a different way anyways. They're just continuously showing you their colors, right? So, and I honestly believe if somebody's meant to be inside of your life, they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. Don't be so many people, and I was like that too. It's like we're so scared of them walking away or them finding somebody else. Let them. You know what I came to realize? Let them go be with that next person. Let them go see, right, how good you were treating them. And hey, if that other person is treating them good and they're good with each other, then that person just was never meant for me. That person was just never meant for you. Everybody has, that person that they were meant to be with. And as much as our ego wants us to be with this certain person, if you are constantly going through hell every freaking day, then you need to open your eyes and say, hey, I'm going to walk away from this because I don't think I'm meant to be with this person. And if I am meant to be with this person, they're going to go fix themselves. They're going to go work on themselves. They're going to try to go get help, either it be anger management classes, or if they want to go to a relationship class with me or whatever. They're going to find ways to level up to be with you because it's meant to be. It'll work itself out. But again, if you don't make a move, if you don't make that first step to say, shit, I'm going to level up, I'm going to start treating myself good, I'm going to work on myself, then it ain't ever going to happen. You're just going to keep allowing them to keep punching you in the face, punching you in your face. That's why I always talk about, in my videos, setting healthy boundaries. You need to have those healthy boundaries because those healthy boundaries is going to show those people how they need to level up to you. Right? But it all starts with you, and it all starts with you working on yourselves and seeing your worth. At the end of the day, toxic people are not gonna freaking change, right? Unless they want to change. So stop trying to, be their savior and change them. At the end of the day, be your own damn savior, because somebody needs to save your ass. Somebody needs to save my ass. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And the only person that can do that, I feel, for every individual on this earth is us. Nobody else can save us. We have to want to be saved, and we have to want to, implement in our life things on how we want to change, how we want to become better, how we want better, right? And it all starts with us. And as we start working on ourselves, and as we start loving ourselves, and we will attract all great things our way that will help us to level up even more. Better opportunities, better people, better situations, right? Will come our way once we make a decision. And then situations and people and all that shit like that will help on your journey of leveling up and you helping yourself, right? But we have to make that decision, and we have to come up with, putting our foot down and saying, at the end of the day, I can't change this person, and they have to want to help, they have to want to change themselves, and you need to walk away and let it be. Let it simmer, let it sit, let it freaking be. As hard as it is, you guys, I get it. It's hard, but it's going to be a harder pill when they decide to walk away from you or they stop talking to you, right? So it's better to put it down from now, right? But if you love yourself, and you want to protect yourself and you want to treat yourself good, put your foot down from now. Put your foot down from now. Make the decision from now that you can't change that person. You can't help that person. That person has to want to help themselves. And when they start helping themselves and you see they start changing and leveling up and working on themselves, give it time. You start working on yourself too. Both you guys take some time apart and work on yourselves, right? Because again, that person can't be a better person for you, right? If you're not trying to be a better person for yourself, and vice versa. It takes both you guys working on yourselves to get better, right? And want better for your lives. So that's my advice for you guys today is stop trying to change people, right? You're not God. You're not their mom. You're not their dad. You're not their saviors. Like, you need to save yourself. Somebody needs to save you, because if you're in a toxic environment and you're allowing, someone to disrespect you, lie to you, treat you horribly, and you feel like shit, there's a lot of self-work that you need to look inwards to work on yourself to get yourself out of that situation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I always say in all my videos, each one teach one, share the love, share the knowledge, love yourselves, and level up this year for yourselves to become a better version of yourselves and walk away from those toxic people that you know that you can't change and they need to work on themselves. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Please go check out my Instagram page. It's Toronto_Tracy_Gobin. See you guys again tomorrow.